All right, here's a tutorial on how to disassemble, clean, and reassemble a Hilti DX36. This is only going to take a few minutes. So we're going to turn this initial ring counterclockwise to release the chamber. Now that we've released the chamber, we want to access this ring right here. You'll notice it's on the firing side of the piston. So now get something like a flat bar and just push upwards and pop that ring right out of place there. It might take a couple attempts because the ring is rather strong, but then just get your bar just to pop it off like that, very easily. Now keep your ring off to the side to keep it safe. Now that you've removed the ring, both sections of this will disassemble. And don't worry, you can just pop that straight up and leave that right on the side. The next thing to do is to pull your firing mechanism out. So you'll grab your bar and you will just gently push that little nub right there, which will allow you to pull out the firing piston, and there we are. Now to the cleaning process. I'll quickly remove this out of the frame and we'll quickly go through the cleaning process. Now I've already cleaned this recently, but I'll show you what to do. You can grab one of these wire brushes for $3 at Home Depot, and you're just going to want to hold one end and abrasively brush this in every direction until you get a nice shiny brown surface. If it's covered in gray gunpowder, then you know it's still dirty. So you're just going to want to hit every edge, clean every single edge with a nice brushing motion, and then set that off to the side. Now, for the next piece, same thing. For these round surfaces, you're just going to put that brush on top and just do a light back and forth with a rotation, and that's going to rub everything off for you. You can proceed to do that with both sides, and you've got a nice clean finish there. Now, you can prop this up against something, but be careful not to break these rods. So turn it around and get a nice motion going all the way across to clean this as best as you can. It should only take you about 15 minutes to do a really good job. And once this is clean, you can lay that off to the side as well. Now, this little mechanism doesn't require much. So now that it's already clean, it'll just take me a few moments just to show you. Just rotate it, get the edge, and leave that to the side. Now, the same thing goes for here with the rotation. You're just gonna wanna rotate it, keep it on the floor or on your workbench, wherever you're working, get a full rotation, and clean all of these edges. Now that these are all clean, you're gonna wanna reassemble this Hilti DX36. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is grab your firing piston and put it back inside of your firing housing. Now, what you want to do is you always want to follow this groove. And this little nub here goes right inside there. Don't be afraid, just give it a little push. That's out of the way. Now, the next thing to do is to put this rod inside this housing and leave that aside. Now, to join them, we'll just quickly get these two together, lining up our mechanisms, and turn it the opposite way and hold it with your opposite finger. Get your clip. It'll snap right back in place. You know it's good if both pieces remain together. Now, remember that little groove I told you about? You're gonna wanna line that up with this moving pin here. Line that up nicely. A little bit of a rotation is always necessary. And then when it clicks in place, you are done. The final thing to do, turn that clockwise. And for the final thing, for the shots, you're going to want to load it arrow side up, give it a gentle push, and you are good to go. If for any reason these shots are not pushing in evenly, make sure to check the back to push these in nicely. All right, that's how you have it. The DX36 full tutorial.